Protectors of the Grid. Chapter 39. Charlie pressed her fingertips against her eyes and rubbed lightly. I've got to take a break, Will. She rubbed the creases between her eyes where a throbbing ache was developing. Good idea. Will stretched to unknot the muscles in his back that felt like a fist squeezing the nerves along his spine. Are you ready to tell Ben what we've found? Charlie shook her head. Gotta organize my thoughts better first. Will, right now, I'm not even coherent, and I've gotta absorb this new information. It could make all the difference in the world. Will nodded. Yeah, guess you're right. My mind is spinning too, and if I have to sit any longer, I'm gonna explode. He got up and walked to the window that overlooked the pool. I've got to get my head to stop spinning. Late afternoon sunlight glinted off the wind-blown ripples of water on the pool's surface. God, that looks refreshing. Charlie, let's go have a swim. Yes, let's. Charlie pushed back from the dining room table and eased out of the chair she had been sitting in all day. Often the breakthrough comes when you stop thinking about the problem entirely. I need to move, too. She walked over to the window. That water sure looks inviting. Just what I was thinking. Are you ready? When will Ben be back? Should be any time now. The market isn't that far away, unless he decided to run his new toy somewhere else. Somehow I don't think he'd do that, not right now. He's too antsy about finding the missing piece. I thought I would scream if he looked over my shoulder one more time. It's not like he would have a clue what he was looking at. I thought Ben's a pretty good computer geek. That's exactly what he is, but we are dealing with some pretty advanced science here. He backed off from the science side early on in the development phase. That's why he was so lost when Kachi took off. Too bad. Avoiding reality has cost him big. Charlie nodded her agreement, but had a little more sympathy. Yeah, but we all have to learn a similar lesson somewhere along the way. Hardly anyone does the work for the sake of the work. We're mostly motivated by the results we want. Now it was Will's turn to agree. And the result Ben wants is the ferry functioning beautifully in the skies. Yep, Charlie looked a little sad. It's like follow the money. Speaking of following the money, do you think good old sneaky Leonard could shed some light on that? Yeah, I do. It pisses me off that someone has a plant inside our own Randy group. I can't help wondering who would benefit the most. One of our money guys, wanting to take over Cybershark or build a competitive company? Some other, who might want to use the technology for their own purposes. That's the possibility that makes me the most nervous. Eyes in the sky, especially real-time images, make a covert operative drool. I'm a little surprised at how lax security is in that facility. That's probably the result of Ben's denial. He hasn't wanted to acknowledge the powerful potential for the ferry, or the value or damage depending on who's using the technology. I'm curious about something else. Charlie, how are you all presenting this technology to the public? I mean, with Skype, Messenger, FaceTime, and who knows what else by now, how are you presenting what is different about the ferry? Why should anyone buy into it when they can already talk face-to-face anywhere in the world where internet reaches? I know one of the guys in my unit got to watch his daughter being born via Skype. Can't get much more real-time than that. You just said it, Will. Wherever there is internet, the ferry doesn't need the internet. It's not tied to electricity the way web servers are. The internet is designed to be indestructible, to find alternate routes for any data stream that is interrupted, except it's dependent on the electrical power grid. With the ferry, the crystalline grid itself streams the images directly to our subscribers' receivers. They're encrypted, of course, so the stream is completely safe and private, and you can use it out in the middle of nowhere without electricity, cell phone coverage, or anything else. All you need is the receiver, which is about the size of... She made a circle with her thumb and forefinger, the size of a walnut. Plus, she grinned, plus the original investment in your receiver is moderate, and there are no moving parts to wear out. The receiver works through the interaction of the elements inside it. Once you've got it, you don't have to keep upgrading every time they change software or hardware. Will laughed. Yeah, that is a big selling point by itself, at least for the average person, especially people living outside urban areas. He didn't speak the rest of his thoughts just yet. But now that Charlie had confirmed his suspicions, he knew a few dozen agencies in any of a few dozen governments that would kill to get their hands on this kind of technology. Literally.